Hey, I'm Haroon Khan. Welcome to Citizen Live. I'm driving. Don't do this at home, folks, but we're going to have a pretty interesting episode today. We're on the way to the Muslim Food Bank. Started operation out of a garage and is now in locations across the nation. They've also established centers in various countries around the world. It's a real phenomenon. It's a Canadian success story. It's a Muslim success story. It's a human success story. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Azim Dhaya. He's the president and founder of the Muslim Food Bank. So it's great to be here, brother. It's been a long time. We've known each other for God knows how many years, but well, at least over 10. And you're really spearheaded this initiative for the Muslim Food Bank, and it serves all kinds of people in all kinds of communities in many places. And perhaps you could tell us how you got started in this.
Yeah, thank you very much, Haroon. We started in 2010 when a few concerned brothers were discussing the issue of food insecurity and how we can help Muslims, especially when they were seen in the local food bank lining up and they did not have halal requirements, their dietary restrictions being met. Yes. So then we started planning and we formed a team and got the community support. And alhamdulillah, we started from someone's volunteer's garage.
Yes, that's right. All great things start in a garage.
So no, that was excellent. And then alhamdulillah, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed us, we moved to a mosque, then a smaller warehouse, then bigger warehouse. And then alhamdulillah, in 2019, we bought this place and built it up as we required, for the food bank and our Aspire program to help people become self-reliant. So we built all that. And also at the same time, we started moving across the country. So we established locations in Toronto, in Kitchener, Brampton. We established locations in Regina, Winnipeg, and then Calgary was we established a few years back in Calgary. So alhamdulillah, we work across Canada. In our Aspire model, which is actualizing self-reliance by providing inspiration, resources, and education, where we try to give people the fishing rod and teach them how to fish.
That's the key. So one of the things in terms of this service, there's one thing about people need food. When there's food insecurity, it's great to have this as a safety net. But as they move forward, they need to fish for themselves. So to get their education, to go and be able to get job training, and that's what you guys do here, and you've been doing it for a lot of years, and there have been a lot of success stories where people have pulled themselves out of poverty, and you have many examples of that.
That's correct. We have very many examples of people coming here from Syria, Iraq, Myanmar, Afghanistan, Somalia, all over the world that could hardly speak English, did not understand the cultural context of the environment here, because they come from a very different cultural context, and just getting them through the system, building their relationship with them through food distribution, and then helping them, in settlement services, housing, and pushing them towards English as a second language, learning English, and then helping them get a job. Connecting them to the networks, connecting them to different Muslim communities and the mainstream communities. And we've had alhamdulillah, so many successes where a lot of them have become our volunteer caseworkers. Some of them become volunteers with us, and
absolutely.
And some of them are even supporting us as they've succeeded in businesses and their professional lives. So,
alhamdulillah. So really getting into a place where they're very vulnerable, that they're just getting started, trying to find a home, making a home, and making their home flourish. It's a great success, and to go from a garage to having locations all over the nation. It's a great accomplishment, and there's a lot more. So here in this is sort of the flagship here in Surrey. This is the main one. I remember the old warehouse that you had. It was about the size of this room, and mashallah, it's really grown. Maybe tell me about this place, because we've seen a bit as I entered, and we're going to look at a little more. What does this site contain?
So here in this offices we have a registration system. So we basically, not anyone can, anybody can walk in, but they have to go through some system where we vet their income, we vet their eligibility, their residency status, and we analyze them, and then they also go to another interview section through the Aspire caseworker. So they try to understand what needs they have. So basically between these offices and the office upstairs where the caseworkers and counselors are, we try to get them to understanding of where they are at, what are their needs, and why are they in this position, and how can we take them to the next level.
Of course.
So once this is done, then of course they become registered clients, and then we help them with the food baskets and whatever they need. So we help them with clothing, baby items, different stuff.
I've seen it. I've volunteered on a few occasions myself, and when you bring a hamper home into a home where the cupboards are bare and the fridge is empty, to just see their eyes light up, and to see the cupboards getting filled and the fridge getting filled, it really gives a sense of comfort and just belonging. That we're not going to be starving here, and that's a real issue. Where if people don't have the understanding or to know that there's this channel available, they can fall into despair, and they can fall into depression, and tough things can happen. So it's really important, this work.
Yeah, that's actually correct, because actually this is a story of someone who was local here, lost a job. It was Eid time. He didn't have enough food, and he called us up, and then I had to go in the eve of Eid to go and deliver. And really, when the small daughter came out, when she got the food, she was so happy that the father called me and said, "Look, as soon as you brought it, she opened it up and started eating." She was so excited, and that made my day, that at least I could help these people.
It means a lot, It's and it's not a self-serving thing. It's what we're put on this earth to do. We're put on this earth to make life better, not only for ourselves, for our families, and our human family, everybody that's around us.
And the other story is for the people who help them, because the volunteers who get this opportunity to help others is very, very impactful. Because I remember one youth telling me that, look, before I became a caseworker, I used to take photos of myself, put it on the Instagram, wait for people to say how I look and all that.
Exactly.
And then he said, once I became a caseworker, I started working with people and realized the challenge they go through and the blessings that she has. He said, it just changed my life.
All right, so this is where the magic happens.
That's correct. So we have all this. This is the area where they do assembly for the hampers. So the rice, flour, sugar, oil, and then whatever we collect.
So up here we've got. So this is all the bulk. And then they repackage everything?
That's correct. So that is a repacking area. And then from there it comes to here, the assembly area. And so we really need monetary donations, like cash.
Of course. Because you have to buy all this.
You have to buy all this, and 1,000 families plus 5,000 people. You really need a lot of stuff.
Absolutely. So you've got a package here. So this basically. It's heavy. This is pretty heavy, man. Wow. So here we've got everything that they're packing. Maybe you can walk through what is in this pack.
So this one, usually this is Hemper C, the bigger package.
Yeah.
So we have 3 family sizes.
Okay.
3 packages for different family sizes.
Families. So some have bigger families, some have smaller families.
If it's a senior, just one person, then we have a smaller.
Gotcha. So it's scalable.
Scalable, yeah.
Scalable. So this is a small pack right now. So how many people would this serve?
This would be a smaller family, maybe 3 people.
2 or 3 people. Yeah. So you've got flour, you've got sugar, salt, you've got rice, peas, lentils, tea. Dhaya is always important. Yeah. Got soya sauce, oil, and then you supplement that with the fresh fruit, the vegetables, and the other supplies.
Other miscellaneous items.
Miscellaneous things.
Yeah,
great. So
we need to.
Let's do that. That's it. All right, here we go. Okay. Man, you did it quicker than me. You got more experience. Okay. I got to volunteer more often. Okay.
And then we tie it and we push it.
All right, there we go.
And then we push it in the bin here. Yeah, and
all right.
Just push it so you don't have to use strength. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Good.
Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, we did it. And so how can people get involved? Like if there's a food drive, if there's a thing they want to make donations, they can donate any time. What's is there an intake? Like if people want to give, what's the easiest way for them to get a hold of you?
So the easiest way is muslimfoodbank.com on our website. That's the easiest way. Yeah. But they can always come down here and pay us, or e-transfer accounting at muslimfoodbank.com. Yeah. They can send us a check. Yeah. So there are various ways. Or even if they just call us, we can take the information over the phone. Great. And help them out. So there are very many ways. And for volunteers, they can sign up on the website or just drop in our events. Like every first and third Saturday, we have big events. Yeah. In Vancouver, we have on a daily basis, we have events where we feed the homeless. Yeah. And across the country, there are always events happening. Yeah. So there's a lot of opportunity for any volunteer to come in.
Absolutely, and I'd just like to say for Vancouver, and we should visit there at some point as well. The Muslim Food Bank there is on Main and Hastings, and we started that effort via the Al Masjid Al Jamia Vancouver over 20 years ago, and that's primarily been Ramadan centric. We do it during Ramadan, and we do it occasionally throughout the year. Muslim Food Bank does it every single day, and that's powerful. It's great work, and that's for everybody. So I'm looking right here at the Aspire, and it's a big wheel. So you have the big wheel of services, and perhaps you could run us through what those are.
So case management is one thing we do. It's our income program and food distribution. Yeah. And then we've run dental camps. We do computer distribution. We have seniors program. Yeah. Youth programs, we do academic support, we do tutoring in various intervals, refugee support, disability. When people have disability, we collect the equipment and give it out. Yeah. We have medical connections. Alhamdulillah, I'm also on the board of Roots Community Care Center, where we deal with refugees and so we work very closely with each other. So they get the medical support.
Absolutely, and I can certainly help you with that as well.
You have pharmacies that we can support us.
We'd be more than happy.
So and then furniture, housing support, mental health programs. So we have counselors that are low barrier entries. That means they have the language they can speak, Farsi, Arabic,
That's key. That's key. Yeah.
They're Muslims, so they understand the Islamic culture and the culture of the people they come from. Yeah. So that makes a big difference when we are trying to intervene and help them through.
So you serve a lot of people, but the analytics of it all, how many people do you serve just out of this particular location?
From this location, we serve at least 4,000 to 5,000 people.
Out of this location?
Out of this location.
4,000 to 5,000 people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Across the country, we probably have 30 to 40 staff, most of them part-time, but we have hundreds of volunteers that, just the caseworkers, probably we're looking at 200 plus caseworkers that work across the country.
But you still need more. Still a different. an exceptional need.
Yeah, every day we get registrations, new registrations every day.
Yeah.
Even local people now, we are seeing them losing jobs. We're seeing them. We're seeing them going through a very hard time.
Things are tough out there. There's no question about it. And then you've also got a lot of new immigrants. You have people coming in. You have refugees. You have people that are seeking asylum, and of course there are issues with immigration coming down the pike here in Canada, the U.S., Mexico, and that's going to impact the kind of work that you do here, making it more essential than ever.
And the other thing people forget, the family breakdowns now because of the coming to this country, especially a lot of people are not used to the cultural differences here, and then you have a lot of friction within families. You have family breakdowns, so we really have to deal with those issues, because then
So you're able to provide counseling services.
Counseling, plus when they leave the home, then we need to give them a temporary housing accommodation, stabilize the children, go through all the mediation efforts. So that's actually one of the things we deal with.
Assalamu alaikum, Sister Hina. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, Haroon.
All right, so this is the big hall. This is the second floor. This is where the other magic happens, the magic called Aspire. So perhaps you could explain to me what the Aspire program is and what it does.
Aspire is a program for food bank where we do the case management. So we have mental health, we have the case management. So our caseworkers that you see sitting down here, they help the clients on a daily basis with their employment, their housing support, or any other requirement that they need to fit into the fabric of Canadian society.
So you run Aspire here, which is a huge program, and you help a lot of people. And you have people that are fleeing war zones, they're new to the country. Perhaps you could give some background onto what the Aspire program is and what kind of people you serve.
Oh, we serve all sorts of people, so be it the refugees, be it the people from the war zone area or the low-income family locally here. Our doors are open and for everybody, and be them the newcomers that are there. And we all know, we all come from immigrants, how hard it is to settle.
We all come from somewhere.
Yes, somewhere. And how hard it is, and how nice it feels that you help someone, connect them to the services that are available here in the society, and help them make it more homey, I would say.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I remember myself, there was, when I came, even though it was different story, but it's like we needed something like this where you can connect, people help you how to do your resume.
Of course.
We run workshops for resume, employment support.
Job placement.
Yes, job placement.
Training.
Exactly. So we do that, how to manage money, we run those workshops as well, employment readiness, all that stuff.
So, and many of them have lifted themselves out of being in need to also giving back, because from my understanding you have a lot of volunteers here who were former recipients of aid, and now they've made successes out of their life and they're now giving back.
Yes, we have a lot of clients that are actually our volunteers and our donor as well. They've established themselves, alhamdulillah, and they are our donors. So they know what's needed, and they come, and it feels really nice when you see someone who maybe a year ago was in need, and now they're actually coming giving back to the society. It feels really nice, and the brotherhood or the sisterhood that the bond that's there.
It's family.
And once, as we always say, that once you are with Food Bank, then you can just never leave.
Yes.
You're either a volunteer, supporter, donor, one way or other way. You're just there. You're part of us.
Absolutely. Well, you're a very special part of the community. You've done tremendous work, and Brother Azim, the entire staff, and volunteers, it does the heart good to be here, to see the energy, and to see just how many people you guys help. And the fact that this place started in a garage, and it's now across Canada and in many countries around the world. It's a global phenomenon. It's a success story, and it happened here. And so this kind of success leaves clues, and hopefully we can uncover more of those to be able to share these great stories and inspire people to aspire.
Yes, we need to inspire people to come and support us. And this is what I always say, that come and volunteer. If you're here on one distribution, the next time you will just come automatically. You don't need an invitation.
Welcome back to Citizen Live. And we're here live on location at the Muslim Food Bank, also the home of the Aspire program. I'm here with Brother Azim Dhaya. He's the founder and CEO of the Muslim Food Bank. And so I wanted to talk to you about the Aspire program and what was the genesis of it, the thought process behind initiating it, and how it's been rolled out.
So when we started the 2010 our food bank, we wanted to come up with a model that will help the people that we serve to become self-reliant. So we started keep coming up with different models, and by 2012 we had developed a model where we would train volunteers to be caseworkers. They would be trained by social workers and supervised, and then we would get them. I mean, they would be connected to the clients, build relationships, low barrier entry, so that they speak the same languages, they have the same background.
Yes.
So that was very important in this model, and because it's based on a volunteer, we can actually scale it up. If we have thousands of people that need support, we can have thousands of volunteers that can be one-on-one supporting them, building one-on-one relationship, and then helping them to go towards self-reliance. So Alhamdulillah, in 2012 we started training. We developed a training program
for caseworkers,
for volunteer caseworkers.
Volunteers.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that people don't understand or may not realize. A lot of this is volunteer driven. There are people that were even former clients and people who utilize the food bank who have pulled themselves out of poverty, out of desperation, and have made a life for themselves, or a solid income, and are donors themselves. And those are great success stories. Perhaps you can tell me a bit about that and how people have evolved and come through the system.
So Alhamdulillah, we have some that actually, for example, this family came, they needed support temporarily. Then then one of our caseworkers helped them into different ESL programs so that they can upgrade their English. Once they reach a certain standard, we help them get jobs from a lot of our networks and other organizations, working with them. And then Alhamdulillah, and then also because of the experience they've been through this process, they also then, some of them have come back and become voluntary caseworkers so that they in turn help other people. So Alhamdulillah, this is something. It's a model where where you turn people from receiving service to giving services, and then in turn they help others, and it goes on.
Of course. Yeah.
So we basically help each other to become stronger so that we can help everyone else.
So pay it forward.
That's correct. Yeah. So no, Alhamdulillah, this program has been very successful, and as a result of this, then we have set up different programs where it is employment support, housing support. Wherever we see that other organization resources are not enough to meet the needs of the people, then we create programs to support them.
So you identify the issue, you work out a solution, and then a way to implement that solution.
That's correct. And we work with other organizations first to help the people, and then when we see the needs are more, then we develop the program.
So from concept to creation.
That's correct. So we run employment support programs, housing support. We've done English as a communication language.
Yeah.
We do tutoring, summer tutoring, digital storytelling.
Yeah.
We run dental camps. So we do a lot of programming as part of the Aspire programs.
So when you look at it, so it started very small, again, from a garage, worked at these locations. You now have locations across Canada. What provinces in Canada is the Muslim Food Bank active in?
So we are right now in Ontario, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, and BC.
Yeah.
And we have a program called Canada-wide, so anyone anywhere in the country can actually register with us, and if we qualify, then we support them.
And perfect. And of course, the Muslim Food Bank is now international, so you now operate in other countries. Tell me about it.
Yes, so we had a success, our model was successful in Canada, so we wanted to now adapt it to the developing countries, and so that we could have, again, we create a sustainable model where villages can become self-reliant, like bringing about food bank system, and then providing education, providing them other resources, health resources and other resources, so that they again help within themselves. They have volunteers, and then they become sort of, they work in their self-sustaining model. So then at a certain point, they run, the team is locally there, they run the program, and they help people to continue helping each other and helping everyone else. So that's the model we've tried in, alhamdulillah, in Kenya and Pakistan. These are the two countries where we've had a lot of successes.
Whereabouts in Pakistan have you established?
So Pakistan, we are near Peshawar.
Okay.
Villages.
I've been to Peshawar. Okay. It's it's amazing about Peshawar. I went there under rather tragic circumstances after the school attack there, so I was there in the aftermath of it. But what struck me about the place, not just the resilience and beauty of the people, was the beauty of the place. You think it's a really desolate place, but it's actually quite green and very beautiful.
That's correct. And there we, in both Kenya and there, we also run self-employment, because there, with $100, they can actually buy some food and sell and make some money, so that, so we help them, or buy a cart which they can use to transport something, or a rickshaw, or tuk-tuk we call it. So these are different self-employment projects that we have done, and we plan to really increase it. And some of it is the form of grants, and some of it is actually interest-free loans.
Okay.
So we give out the interest-free loans, and then they pay back. In some cases, it's just a grant, because it's just easy for them to just.
So this is like the microloan type of concept that was Muhammad Yunus had did something similar.
That's correct. So the microloan, and also granting them and supporting them to become self-employed. That's the other thing, which is more of a donation, instead of giving them food every month.
You want to help them really develop their own life. We look forward to coming and visiting you in every province in Canada and in every place you're operating around the world, and we hope to be doing this for a very long time. I want to congratulate you, your staff, your volunteers, and the ajr is in the sharing, as we know. So the people that have shared of the bounty here, the fact that many of them have made successes in their own life and are giving back, is a real inspiration. You are an inspiration, and the Muslim Food Bank's an inspiration. So Jazakallah khairan.
Jazakallah khairan.
And